Warning, there is a good chance Bitcoin Mike has no idea what he's talking about. Do your own research. Enjoy the show. Thank you. Holy shit, folks. You know, I've been in Bitcoin since 2017. I've seen some pumps, I've seen some dumps, but this is up there. This pump is up there, unexpected for sure, even for people bullish. I mean, we're talking going from like 19,500 to almost $26,000 in what, like a couple days. I got Bitcoin up 10%. Altcoins doing absolutely amazing. You know, I was listening to somebody else this morning, and they're saying, "Oh, you know, altcoins really aren't doing as well as Bitcoin. Bitcoin's leading the way." Bitcoin always leads the way on a pump. And of course, Bitcoin's up 10%. Ethereum's up 7%, and plenty of these altcoins are up the same as Bitcoin. Oh, Litecoin's up 10%. You got Cardano back up to almost 37 cents. Folks, this is a great pump. Now, why are we pumping right now? Well, we do have the Fed. We have the bank bailout, which is great. The government came in and said they were going to bail out those banks, or at least make sure that everybody invested in those banks got their money back. But I think the main reason we're pumping is, you know, a lot of people were thinking the Fed was going to have to be really, really hawkish on the next interest rate raise. And with everything going on with banks collapsing at this point, there's a lot of people thinking that the Fed might not even raise interest rates. So there's a bet right now. Traders on Monday assigned an 85 probability of a 0.25 percentage point interest rate increase when the Fed opens. Market committee meets March. Okay, so they're meeting not till next week. So, and then you have Goldman Sachs virtually alone when it said expects the central bank to pass up the change to hike rates next week. So Goldman Sachs thinks that the government's not even going to raise rates at all. I think 0.25 is probably what they're going to do. I mean, they can't go any higher than that. We're going to have more banks collapsing. Raising the interest rates is what caused these banks to collapse. There's no way the government can let this happen again. So I'm thinking 0.25, which if that happens, overall bullish for crypto, overall bullish for risk assets and stocks. But just think if the federal government comes out and doesn't raise interest rates at all. I mean, you're going to see a $50,000 Bitcoin. So very interesting times, unpredictable, and it is what it is. So we have Gareth Soloway. He was on Crypto Banter this morning. Like I said, folks, Gareth Soloway, I love the guy. I think he's great. He was calling for a $25,000 Bitcoin. Then we're probably going to go back down to 10,000. Well, it looks like we went to 25,000, back down to 20, and now we're shooting right back up to 30, it looks like. So these guys, you know, they're close, but when you're a short-term trader, you're not going to get it 100%. And for me in this market, I'm not looking for short-term trades where I have to pay 50% in taxes and I'm nervous every day trying to make the right trade. I just like to buy my coins in the bear market, sell them in the bull market, and it's so simple. You know, lower taxes, easy accounting, you just do it. So let's see what Gareth Soloway has to say.
Soloway, are you present?
I am present.
Present. All right, Gareth, we are cooking on Bitcoin after the CPI print. Let's look at the chart. Tell us what's happening here.
Yeah, so you're right. So basically part of the reason why we see a more likely chance of a rate hike next week is, number one, like you said, the CPI came in line with what expectations were. Markets are rejoicing on that. And also, let's be fair, we haven't heard about a new bank failure since yesterday, really, or since the weekend. So the markets are calming down a little bit. There's not as much fear out there of contagion, and that means risk on. Bitcoin is just ripping here to the upside. Now, the one thing is, and I agree with your thesis that 30,000 could be on the horizon, but just be aware you're right into some resistance, this upsloping kind of channel level. Let's watch to see how Bitcoin reacts right at this level here.
So, Gareth, I want to show you something on my chart. I'm not a very good chartist, as you know, but I have done your course recently. A very good course. Very, very, very good course. So, you see this red line over here? Mm-hmm. It's the Bitcoin 200-week moving average, which is the biggest trend line that Bitcoin's got. Now, if you zoom into this trend line, it looks like for the first time we're actually back above the 200-week moving average. We broke below the 200-week moving average when FTX.
Look at the comments here. How is your short, Gareth? A lot of people saying Gareth was bullish. I've been telling this to a lot of my buddies too. Eventually, Gareth Soloway will be wrong. And this is pretty wrong. You can make money trading with Gareth Soloway. He's not a long-term guy, but he was calling for a 25K top. He was shorting from there. He was still shorting, and then we shot up to $26,000, $27,000 where we're at right now. So he doesn't like to talk about his failures, but this is probably one of them. Now, of course, traders aren't going to get it right every time. That's fine, but that's why I say just holding long-term with Bitcoin, crypto, and your altcoins that you believe in is the way to do it. So a lot of people do get wrecked listening to guys like Gareth Soloway only because they think they can make the same amount of gains trading as they can holding long-term. And what a lot of people try to do trading with Bitcoin, they're afraid to be in the market. So they might have $10,000 to invest, but they're afraid. So they'll put like $5,000 in, do a trade, and then get out the next day. Okay, I'm out. Then they get back in. Okay, I'm in. Now I get out. And they just can't hack it. They can't hack having their money in the market. They don't have it in them. A friend of mine who I work with is just like that as well. He just can't do it. I just told him, man, he's got all this money. I'm like, just put your $20,000 in the market, in the bear market, and sell it in 2025. You'll make a couple $100,000, if not more. Can't do it. So he just trades with Gareth Soloway. He makes a few $1,000s here, a few $1,000s here. He's going to be paying 50% in taxes in the United States. And I watched him lose it all in Luna, trading with Gareth Soloway. And of course, I'm sure he was on a giant short with Gareth Soloway just a couple of days ago, and now we're back up to $27,000. Folks, you want to take like $1,000, $500 and trade for fun because you want something to do, that's fine. But all the people who got rich in crypto, all of them, they're not traders. Even Gareth Soloway, I guarantee you, he's a guy who makes his money off selling a course. Throughout history, if you have to sell a course, that means you're not all that successful. I mean, that's just the way it goes. It's like the Making Money guys on TV, the Don Lapries, the Carlton Sheets. If you got to sell a course, that means your method, it might be somewhat successful, but you're not making enough to retire off it. So the way you make money in crypto is you buy in the bear market and you sell in the bull. All this little shit in between trading and all that, yeah, it's fun. Make a few dollars here. It's kind of like going to the casino, but that's not where the rich people are in crypto. And all you got to do is look at the people who made money in crypto. Roger Ver, go down the list. Even like guys like Tone Vays, he's a trader, but he made most of his money hodling. I mean, just pick your guy. Richard Hart. These are hodlers. These are long-term hodlers, and they made millions and millions of dollars. And like I said, if you're based out of the United States, you pay about 18% taxes, over 40 to 50% for trading. So anyway, listen to a few more minutes of this.
So just before the FTX left, that was in August 2022. We've tried multiple times to get above it. We haven't been able to get above it. We're now back over it. And if we close over it, it's the first time that we've closed over it on the upside since around July 2022. How big is this 200-week moving average?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's important. It's psychological for the market, and for investors. So let's see if we close above it on the weekly, right? That's the 200 weekly moving average. So what you're going to watch for is on Sunday night when the candle closes for the weekly, let's make sure that it's above that. I think that's number one. So here we are. We're only on Tuesday. So it's good to kind of keep an eye on it, but don't get too excited until we see that daily close or the weekly close above.
Okay, so what do you think happens next? This pump does feel like it's a combination of a short squeeze, and usually short squeezes aren't really things that last very long, so to speak. You get the short squeezed out. Once the short squeezed out, then the reality sets back in, and it's like then we have to face the fact that the Mt. Gox coins are coming back into the market. We have to face the fact that, I don't know, whatever else can happen in the market. What do you think?
Yeah, so just to give you a sense of what I'm doing here, so on this latest dump down here, right? So if last time that you had me on, we were trading right off of this area here. We talked about this bear flag. I was short a bunch of cryptocurrencies. We were talking about the rollover. I did cover those cryptos down here when we got the fear and panic the other day. And then I ended up flipping into some longs. In this latest move up, I've gotten out of most of my crypto, in fact, all of my cryptocurrency long positions, and I just unloaded my Bitcoin long right up here. Now, please understand, everyone that's hearing this,
Okay, so there we go. So Gareth Soloway is selling right now. So right now, it might not even be, if you're a trader, it's probably not a bad time to sell. I mean, we're probably due for a dump, but with Bitcoin, you never know. We could be at $30,000 next week. So why even deal with that stress? Like, guys, why even deal with it? Like, I could sell my entire portfolio right now. I'm up thousands and thousands of dollars over the last couple days. with the hopes of buying back in lower. But what if we keep going up? The amount of stress that is going to cause on me. And I just got hit with a giant tax bill. It's stupid. So Gareth Soloway, he's a short-term trader. I know it's different methods, but like I said, the people who get rich, that's not how they do it. They get rich long-term holding. And of course, in other news from a couple of days ago, that CZ Binance is looking to buy a bunch of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Binance CEO says with recent changes in stablecoins and banks, basically saying that you can't trust the banks anymore, the company's recovery funds will be converted from BUSD to native cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, he has billions of dollars of BUSD. So this hasn't happened yet, but CZ will be buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think if we're up to like $27,000, $28,000, CZ decides to do a buy, that could push us up to $30,000 Bitcoin. So there is a lot of good stuff happening right now, at least in the short term. Like, listen to Tone Base earlier. He actually thinks this pump is going to be sustainable, and we're probably going to stay in that $25,000 range for maybe even the rest of the year before we go further. So there is some positivity. It just is so interesting how, like, this time 2 days ago, everybody's bearish. It's the end of the world. It's all over. And now we're pushing $30,000 Bitcoin, $26,000 Bitcoin, or $27,000 Bitcoin, whatever it is. So goes to show, folks, what we've been saying on this channel, what I've been saying on this channel for the last year. You just got to buy in the bear market and sell in the bull market. Trying to buy at the right time, trying to sell at the right time, doing whatever people were doing out there. I mean, I remember doing it myself in 2018, 2019, and you're just nervous every day. I had alerts set on my phone. When Cardano would get to a certain price, it would sell automatically for me. Then I have to buy back in higher because I thought it would go down lower. Same with Bitcoin. I was in and out of Bitcoin at like $3,000 or $4,000. Then I'm selling it at $5,000, thinking it's going to dump back down. Then it goes up to $7,000, so I got to buy back in at $7,000. It's not worth it, folks. Cryptocurrency is you got to have some balls. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world to make money in cryptocurrency, but you do have to have some balls, and you have to be able to weather these storms. And even if you've only been in the market for the past couple months, just seeing the volatility here, it just goes to show, okay, Bitcoin at $25,000, $26,000 right now. Even if Bitcoin goes back to $20,000 next week for whatever reason, Bitcoin's capable of pumping $5,000 in a week. So who cares about this short-term stuff? The only problem is it's going to get to a point where Bitcoin gets to a certain price, and we're getting close to that happening, and you missed it. We're already almost at $30,000 Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is almost at half of its all-time high. So for Bitcoin, at least, you did miss substantial ROI. Now for these altcoins, you still have time, but I know there's a lot of people just waiting on the sidelines, and they're praying for lower prices. They're like DataDash. Let me pull up DataDash. I've been talking about DataDash for a while. He's completely bearish. Why is the crowd is wrong about Bitcoin? Something big just broke for Bitcoin. The coming Bitcoin collapse. I mean, this is a guy with, like 1 million subscribers, just leading his people right into the gutter because for whatever reason, he's afraid of the market or whatever. I mean, even if I was overall bearish in the market, I would at least tell people, hey, look, I could be completely wrong. You should definitely have some money in the market right now, but I do feel like we're going to be a little bit bearish. But he was telling people to sell Bitcoin at like $15,000, $16,000 for lower prices. So I think guys like DataDash, if Bitcoin doesn't go back down, their credibility is ruined, and that's probably why it's not good to stick to a certain narrative. I don't know if Bitcoin is going to go up or down from here. I know after the halving we're going to go up, but I do know you need to be accumulating at these prices. That's common sense. That's crypto 101. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, look at this, just so negative. And I've been talking, like I said, I've been talking about this for months. Like, people are going to get wrecked here. All right, folks, that's pretty much it for the day. We'll see where things go, but things are looking absolutely like incredible. I mean, Bitcoin has even blown my wildest expectations for the week. If you would have told me Bitcoin was going to be pushing $27,000 3 days ago, I would have been like, fuck no. There's no fucking way. So that's the beauty of Bitcoin, folks. Dumps hard and pumps hard. All right, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.